want some, get some, bad enough, take some.
Hello and welcome to episode 38 of Bangin' and Bangin'. 38. I wish I was 38 again. But episode of 38 of Bangin' and Bangin' with Gangrel. And we got lovely, let me see if I can get your initials right. I always mess it up. ABD, Ana Blanca Diaz. And how are you, Anna?
I'm alright. A little tired this morning, but I'm good.
A little tired this morning. Yeah, we got to come in early and do these before Raymond goes to bed because he's a vampire. When the sun's coming up, his casket's opening up at the same time so he can climb into it.
He's the real vampire here?
He could be possibly a real vampire. I don't know when he sleeps, but he doesn't come out of the house during the daytime, but he's always out all night, so I don't know.
Does he sleep?
I don't know if he sleeps or not, to be honest. I think so. 2 hours here and there. I think. I hope.
Something.
I would like to hope. So, boom. Lots going on. Lots going on. But what did I do? Let's start with whatever I did. I don't know what I did this weekend.
Booze something.
Oh, Bougier. I'm probably saying it wrong. Louisiana. I was at a convention out there, and Judith Hogg was there. I think that's her name. The April from the Ninja Turtles. Raymond probably would have liked that. The Red Ranger was there. There was a couple of those Rangers, those Power Rangers there. I didn't get over to say hello to them, although I should have, because it was a Comic-Con type of thing, or whatever they call them, the Bougier Con, or whatever. But the people that planned it, none of the people that brung me in, the people that brought me in, G&T Collectibles, great guys, out of Carthage, Texas, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. That's a really cool place. Mm-hmm. But it's like Mardi Gras time, right? February. So every city, like in Louisiana or district, kind of celebrates Mardi Gras at a different time, right? So turns out when that con was going on this weekend, they were celebrating Mardi Gras. So when I left the con about 5 o'clock, not even a mile away, we looked down over the overpass down at this big open area. 3,000 people, like a parade wrapping up. I go, well, there's all the people. So yeah, it was a tough weekend for G&T. It's not their fault. I mean, it was the people that planned that convention itself. So
this wasn't too busy.
No, I wasn't too busy at all. Through the doors, like the head count, and I don't know what they're paying, $500 a table or something like that. I'm not sure what they were charging, but I'm sure there was a lot of rowdy and upset people. But what was cool about it is I got to hang out with some of my favorite people, Axe and Smash, Demolition. You know, they were looking good, and I meant to bring it, but Raymond, hopefully he might put a graphic up. I don't know, but I got picture. I got a little like. You know how I have the little wood things at Gangrel? I don't have one here, do I?
Yeah. But I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got one of the Masked Superstar, and he signed it. So I was thinking he was going to write the Masked Superstar, but he wrote Superstar. He printed it. He didn't write it. He wrote Superstar, or he put Super, and he put a star.
That's cool.
He just put Super and a star. But I think if he shows it, you'll see it. If not, whatever. But it's awesome. So, like, before it was Demolition or whatnot, or oh gosh, what movie was he in too? He was in one of those wrestling movies. But it was the Masked Superstar, and the great Boris Malenko managed him and mentored him and stuff like that. That's who was one of the ones that trained me. Mm-hmm. So it's super cool to have that, like, him being one of my favorite masked wrestlers, and then, our wrestlers, period. I don't know why I never bring it up, but I used to love the Masked Superstar. Everybody asks you who are your favorites and blah, 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 but I always overlook it, and for some reason I always forget to say it, but it was Masked Superstar. He was scary. He had these, like, silver masks with these blue eyes that would come to you. He goes, I'm gonna snap your neck, your pencil neck, and I believed it when I was like 8, 9.
So like your eyes, but without the glasses on.
Yeah, but he's really nice though. But he's scary under the mask. Put the Demolition paint on, they were scary too. You remember Demolition? Here comes the Axer. Here comes the Smasher. Demolition. That's actually TMD's favorite tag team.
Oh,
he loves Demolition. I'm gonna have to get him a picture next time I see those guys, because I'm sure I'll see him again with G&T Collectibles and stuff like that. So it was a real fun weekend. But also the timing on things, right? So the timing on it. So not only is there Mardi Gras going on, well, I guess Saudi Arabia had a pay-per-view on with WWE high noon Eastern time, 1 Central time, or wherever I was. So. If they were a wrestling fan, they were probably home watching the pay-per-view.
Partying, ordering pizza.
Well, it was 12 noon, but I guess people party and order pizza at 12.
You'd be surprised.
No. So I I had to watch bits and pieces of the pay-per-view after I got home. I don't know. I'm not a critic or anything like that. I don't think the pay-per-view was...
You're not a what?
A critic, you know.
Oh,
I mean, I could be, I guess, but I don't watch it enough and analyze things enough to say, hey, I'm a pro wrestling critic, like I'm going to knock a show or anything. But I just thought it was kind of whatever. What I did think was cool about it was there was a lot of women on the show.
Yeah.
More
than they used to. When they
a lot of women. A chamber match. It was a women's chamber match, and there was a tag match right after it. I think it was Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville against Ronda Rousey with one hand tied behind her back, and Naomi. So they were on it, and then there was Lita and Becky. Yeah. Now over in Saudi Arabia, Raymond will tell you too. It's come a long, long way to like. Have before you could even have a woman on the show, or probably the tour back when I was there. Now they're resting on it, but they had to. If you were watching it, you noticed that. And I don't know if they made mention of it in the commentary because I was kind of watching the show. I wasn't really hearing the commentary, but
I don't think they do.
But they're pretty much covered from their neck down. Everything's covered, and the referee. They made her look floppy, or what is that? Fruffy? What is it when you look sloppy? like
sloppy.
Well, sloppy, yeah. That her shirt was untucked and like down over her butt. She's
was
in pants,
it really?
And it had
so
had
that
to have
I didn't
sleeves
notice.
and under like long sleeves under that, and up to her neck.
Imagine
so
reffing in that. I'm
reffing,
good.
yeah.
I'm good. No.
Well, wrestling and reffing, and then and you saw Lita's outfit because she had it long down. So they had to make sure everything was covered. But it was cool that they were on the show and there was that many women on the show. But besides it being a cool moment in history where like Lita and Becky were on billboards and stuff in the country in Saudi Arabia, that like it's really a big thing. It really, really is, and shows how much things are progressing and moving forward in the world. We live here in the United States.
Where it's
take a lot of things for granted.
Yeah.
I travel a lot, so I've been to some like really cool and great places, but I've been to some scary places too. And then there's some places that like you hear people joking they kiss the ground when they get back home in the United States. Well, I've wanted to do that more than once, twice, 3 times a lady. I've wanted to kiss the Statue of Liberty, great United States of America. I mean, there's no place like home. I'm always clicking my heels. You don't know what I'm talking about. Like,
you posted that on your airport picture the other day.
I did. I want to go home. But that had nothing to do with where I was at the other day. That was just I just wanted to go home. but I've been places that I had to get home. I had to get out of here, like Senegal. That was a rough one. It was me, Norman Smiley, and Todd Passmore, Barry Houston. We were over there, and we were supposed to do a show, and then we got there, and that was it. The promoter didn't show up. The ring didn't show up, and we had a ticket for 3 weeks later to come home.
What?
3 weeks later, and you couldn't change it. I don't know what's going on, and none of us had like I don't know why I don't think there was a flight.
Contact?
I just don't even think there was a flight for whatever reason. We couldn't leave for 3 weeks, so we were stuck there for 3 weeks in Senegal, and that's like I think it's like Southwest Africa or something like, or Northwest Africa or Central. I don't know. It was. All I know is that you appreciated home. Like, so.
None of you had contact with the promoter, the person
No, he just didn't
that
show
ran
up.
it. But you didn't contact him, call him or something?
He didn't answer.
No.
He just ghosted. He ghosted. It was supposed to be this big, like, Senegalese and reggae festival, Senegalese wrestling and reggae.
Sounds kind of cool.
It was, but we were like, just like 3 people stuck in time, like over there. So what was okay though, what was worked out in our benefit is the promoter left a card down at the hotel. So that was our pay, I guess. We got to stay at this hotel. So as long as we ordered food in the hotel and all that, everything was covered on the hotel bill. Now when we went to check out, we weren't sure if that was going to be the situation. They're going to be like, off with their heads, you owe $40,000 or something. But no, they didn't. So, but we were stuck there 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks, I think, to be exact. And this hotel was beautiful, right? Immaculate, like just a beautiful hotel. And everything, you go to the pool, it looks like something you'd see in a movie where French people go. Actually, French people did go there to vacation for some strange reason. They went just to this hotel, in the hotel.
Interesting.
Now, that being said, You're in this great hotel. You ever see Judge Dredd? When they banish him from the city? No. Okay, so, all right, and you got to go do the walk. And it's like in the desert or something. So, you leave the hotel, you're on your own. So, when you walk out the hotel gates, they close like, right? And then there's dudes with machine guns. Like, and you look around, you're like, whoa, where am I? But we seen that coming in from the airport, so we knew. But you look around, you're like, what the heck is going on? I mean, it's just poverty, despair, desert, dirt, broken down. You couldn't even call them houses.
So the hotel was the only nice thing.
Hotel was like this oasis.
Like a paradise.
Like a paradise. Like, and apparently people come there just to vacation at that hotel, but they don't go.
Well, why would they go anywhere
I don't get
else?
why they just go to that hotel and don't go to like Spain or something. Maybe it's just really cheap and a hop and a flight over from France or something. Like, yeah. So I don't know.
Conspiracy, my
Conspiracies, yeah, whatever. But the hotel is beautiful. You go out the gates and they close, right? And this whole time, the hotel didn't have much of a gym. It wasn't much of a gym. No.
Light arms, maybe?
I don't even think it had. It might have been a paddle bike. That's it. I don't know. There wasn't like weights or anything like that. So, so I remember doing a lot of squats and push-ups at the pool. Spent a lot of time at the pool when we weren't exploring, or trying to explore. Mm-hmm. But I kept asking different people and the concierge, the hotel, is there a gym you can go to in town or something? No, the gym's very exclusive, very private. You can't go. Only rich people go to the gym. I'm like, I'll pay. And he goes, no, very, very exclusive, So, and more than one person, 2, 3, maybe 4 people, same verdict,
answer?
same answer, same everything. So, we get a taxi, me, Norman, and Todd, Barry. I'll just call him Todd. I think most of the world know him as Barry Houston. He did a lot of enhancement work for WCW. He was an old Blackheart partner of mine, too. Agony. Agony, destruction and agony. But, we get in a taxi. We're going to go out and explore. So I asked the taxi driver, like, because this is when I was starting to get in shape. I was taking the gym real serious. I wanted to go. Plus, I was going to lose my mind stuck over there. And he goes, no, the gym's very, very exclusive. You got to be rich. It's the same thing. I'm like, okay, whatever.
How do they know you're not rich?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. So we're driving down this beat up dusty road. We're behind this. You ever see the old World War II movies or something when they have all the military guys are all piled in this little truck? But it looks like one of those with the windows busted out and everything. And it probably could have safely held like 10 people or something, but it had like 40 or 50 people just hanging out over it. They're riding the truck to town, like not military, just people, people. So and the taxi driver's like, he's like talking shit. I guess he thought he's better up because he's a taxi driver and they're riding in a makeshift truck as a taxi or something. So then he goes, oh, there's the gym to your right. So I'm like, oh, I'm looking for I don't know what I'm looking for, like LA Fitness or something. I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm like looking for this gym. He goes, he's right there. I go, where? He goes, right there. He's pointing off to the right through the window. He says, right there. And I'm looking over and I'm Norman and I'm just like, do you see any gym? He goes, no, brother, I don't see a gym. I just see sand and dirt. I'm like, yeah. He goes, it's right there. And then there was a guy kicking a soccer ball. There was a guy just going along kicking a soccer ball in the sand. He goes, he's training. He points and there's a guy. I'm like, it's just like this cliff. It was kind of a cliff kind of a thing. Like it was on a cliff. And it was just sand. It was like orange or brown sand. And then I go, there? And he goes, yes. I go, we can't go there. Where's the equipment? He goes, very exclusive. He said the same thing again. And then it's about that time, I looked over and then there was like like, ever see the movie Picture Friday, or any movie you've seen where somebody has some weights in their backyard? Well, it was like a broken down bench, right? It was a bench. There was no weights. It was a bench with like a bamboo going across, which would be the bar for a bench press. Oh and there was buckets of sand on it, like for the weights, bucket of sand. So it was a bucket of sand. He goes, very, very exclusive. I'd be rich to go there. I go, brother, I pass on that. I would pay to go in. Although, I mean, but take that for granted. That's their exclusive, like, country club gym. And what would be like, us, we're so spoiled and how good we have it and stuff. So then you get into the town and then It's just scary. Like, went into a restaurant and I had to go to the bathroom. They sat down at the table. I went to the bathroom and I looked over. I walked past the kitchen and there was probably, I guess it was chicken. They were birds. They were plucked, whatever, but just sitting on the floor, like the ground. I'm like, ooh. And then I came back and I told Norman, I said, brother, don't order no food here. Don't get the chicken. We're going to die. We're going to die of some salmonella or something bad. And it was just really bad. And then, and unfortunately, you think you see it in movies like at Indiana Jones and stuff where the kids are begging, but like these poor kids are so disfigured, like born like that. An arm growing out of his side. It wasn't not in his shoulder, but out of his side. Some of them were just crawling because they couldn't walk. So that's very, very sad there. That's one of the times that I might have kissed the ground when I got home. I was so happy to get back home because we were stuck over there a while. But it was a cool trip in some sense. We went to a reggae festival. Then they said, hey, do you want to wrestle the Senegalese wrestlers? And we go, where are they at? And they pointed down. It was this big ring of rocks. So it's dirt. Dirt. And then a big giant circle of rocks like making up a perimeter. Okay. So in that circle, then there's the Senegalese guys. They wrestle. And they have on like, I don't want to say skirts, but something kind of gladiator-like, And like, it's almost a type of sumo. So whoever... If you threw the guy and he touched his back or something, you had points or you won, or out of the circle you won or something like that. So that was kind of cool. But they said, sure, you guys are welcome. You can wrestle them. I go, no, we're good. They get some big dude slam me down through the ground in the rocks over there. Like I don't know what was going on, but it was cool to see it. And there was a reggae concert. I don't know what reggae artists they were, but it was cool.
You can say you've been there. And you have a good story behind it.
Yeah, a few stories. I'm not going to say which wrestler wanted to smoke some weed, but it seems like it'd be a reoccurring thing. Last episode, Leatherface wanted to go get some. We ended up going into this side of a mountain and seeing a damn dog hiding quartered, and I lost my shit. So I lost my shit this time in a different way, because I thought we were going to get killed this time. So we're walking around, and they're like back there again, you asking, you keep asking every shady person you see, hey, can you get some weed? I don't smoke, but it was somebody else. And I don't smoke, but I'm thinking about trying it. I don't know. Well, no, for my aches and pains, they're saying like it could help. Like I don't know about that medical. I don't want to get another bad habit or anything like that. But I'm thinking about trying it. Don't
knock it till you try it.
Yeah. Oh, you smoke? Ooh, your mom watches this podcast. Be careful of your words.
Nah.
So we go ask another shady looking dude, everybody was shady to me there. I was scared anyways. I didn't understand or comprehend anything because it's just it's just scary kind of. Because you don't know anybody. It's a scary situation. But this person wanted to find some smoke. So much like last episode when I ended up seeing the wolf hanging, we go back, but then there's this little warehouse and go in there. So knock, nobody opens the door or nothing. Walk in. What do we see? What do you think we see?
I don't know. Something hanging.
No, worse.
Someone dead?
No.
Oh, well, hanging.
No, you're very morbid. Dead, hanging. No. All right, so I'm just gonna tell you. I'm not gonna hope that people sit there and wait, think about zombie apocalypse or deadness or hanging or knives or guns. About 40 little kids, I don't know, 8 years old or 7 years old, sewing like it was a sweatshop. They was in there probably making some crap we buy in the store or something, and they're just sewing, and then there was a guy with a gun, and he looked, it's like, whoa, and we knew we were in trouble. We weren't supposed to be in there. It's so you just rolled up American dudes just saw a sweatshop, you gotta get out of this country now. So it's safe to say we hightailed it back out the other way and made our way back to the hotel really quick. And I don't think we left for the next day. Then we went back out of venturing again because it's just too much to sit in a hotel all that time. But it was a nice hotel. But yeah, so it was a very interesting place. You left that hotel, you're in no man's land. It's like when the gates of Judge Dredd closed and they got to do the walk or whatever it was. And whenever they're banished from the city, it's just like, yeah. So,
did you finally find something to smoke?
I don't know. Yeah, I think because it was a reggae festival. I think it was just the reggae festival. I don't know. Wasn't my concern. I was just going along to keep company. Regretted that decision. Regretted the other decision going along to keep company. The woof hanging. That was all bad. Everything was bad. Like just a little bit too much. So yeah. So back to the women. Yeah. So yeah. So you know other countries, but that's a lot of progress for women to be there in wrestling. Yeah. But what I thought was cool, and don't take this as a weird way as being a woman or a young lady, is I actually found them way more attractive. I never paid any attention to them when they're like half naked on Raw or SmackDown or the pay-per-views and their itsy bitsy teeny weeny outfits that you just don't know how the hell things are staying in there. Whatever, but when they had the full things, I don't know. I just thought they looked prettier. I just thought they were more. Prettier. I saw their body. I don't know. I just thought in most, I'd say 90% of the girls that are on that show. I can't name them all. Like. I mean, and like, don't bring up Doudrop. I know you're trying to set me up. But like, Jesus, like, come on.
I was gonna say no such thing. I wasn't gonna bring her up.
But she looked better in her full bodysuit too. She did. I thought she looked pretty. Her hair was on point. She had really good hair in the chamber. Really Doudrop had some really nice hair in that chamber. You didn't see it, did you?
No.
She had really. Her hair was on point. Like in that chamber, her hair was on point.
Are you saying that like their face looked prettier?
I think everything looked good.
Or everything.
I think
was
they
covered.
showed their bodies better. It was covered, but I thought it showed them, and they all just looked really beautiful.
Maybe it showed off their face more.
I think maybe you concentrated. You saw them more
because you don't see everything hanging out and not.
Alexa Bliss was back too. Now, I don't know what she was wearing. Yeah, she had on.
She's still doing the whole.
Yeah, well, she said she's cured now. Yeah, she saw her
cured from
being crazy.
Uh-huh.
Or mentally something. Whatever the character was. Like they made her go to counseling and she's back now. So that was her debut at Elimination Chamber.
She's just Alexa Bliss again?
No. She's got a doll that talks to her and stuff. And
but mentally.
She still swings in a chair.
But cured.
Well, the gimmick psychiatrist said she was in all the segments. But who knows? He might be evil himself. He seemed kind of creepy. So I don't know.
Maybe I need to go to that.
But it was good to see her back. I mean, the women's chamber match was whatever, but then it was a good matchup at the end. Bianca and
you and Bianca.
Alexa Bliss. Well, but there were two that I liked there. Just Bianca and Alexa, so that was all good. So
I like Alexa.
It was an interesting matchup at the end. I thought the women's chamber match was good. There were some things, but there were some things with all those kind of matches and stuff. And then I just thought it was not knocking a pay-per-view. I just thought it was average, but I watched it. It kept me engaged the whole time.
You think it was average, or like average compared to how?
Well, I mean,
because Royal Rumble was before
Royal Rumble, and then I like watching Royal Rumble.
Even though
WrestleMania,
that was kind of
like when you put a card together, you're gonna have a boom boom. You got to have a low before the Mania to have the high. But you're setting up different angles, like Brock Lesnar, right? So he Austin Theory did a hell of a job, I thought, in the chamber. Austin Theory took a crazy bump. I mean, they cut away, so I think he landed feet first. But still, that's still very impressive.
I have a thing with that because, like,
he's no Bobby Roode. I understand.
He's
found out today that she likes Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode is a handsome man. I'm just saying. Not the point, though. Very important, but it's not the point here. He landed feet first. So I wasn't very impressed because it's supposed to be like a. I understand you don't want to take that bump.
Hold on. He's standing on top of the chamber.
Sure.
And then he's on top of some big ass Brock Lesnar shoulders, who you don't know if he's just gonna throw you across the ring or whatever. So that takes a lot of trust because I know I'm not going to feel too easy being on Brock Lesnar's shoulder, especially the happy Brock Lesnar. He's more scarier than the mean Brock Lesnar and the happy Brock Lesnar.
You just don't know what's coming with him now.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just so strong. So, like, if he's so strong, if he feels like you overcompensate one way too much or undercompensate.
He's already, like, twisting, too. Like, he's
well, let's just be clear. Austin Theory, I've wrestled him. I've wrestled him for old school championship wrestling, maybe 3 times. He's a tremendous athlete. I've seen him run and jump over. I'll be on the floor. He'll run at the corner and clear the post. Vault over. That guy's got crazy hops. Crazy talented, crazy athletic, like just insane. And I thought he did a good job. I think it was a crazy-ass bump no matter how he lands. I mean, it takes balls or you're completely nuts to do it. One or the other.
A little of both, maybe.
Yeah, I think a little of both, but I liked him in general. Austin Theory, I was a big fan of the selfie thing, but like I liked how he feared Brock Lesnar. They kept Brock so super strong. Apparently, he I don't know if it was supposed to be like that or if some people like said he just broke out of the chamber on his own, but
what?
Yeah, he just kicked the side of the chamber out and came out. He didn't wait for the door to open. He didn't wait for the time to go by. He just came out, cleaned house, pinned somebody right out the gate, Seth, pinned somebody else, I think, right out the gate. Then he toyed around with AJ for a little bit, got rid of him, and just left him in Theory. Which Bobby Lashley went out, which they said, he was looking at Brock, but when they did the replay, you could see him looking. He's there, so he's got his hand there to make contact. But they said he had concussion protocol. Well, a buckle bomb. Seth Rollins gave Austin Theory, I think, a buckle bomb into the side of the chamber, which the glass hit Lashley, and he went down. So it's just a way of keeping him strong without losing and putting the belt on Brock, I suppose, so he can have that Roman Reigns, that big headline draw, title versus title.
And AJ, how do you do in the chamber?
AJ always does good. AJ, he's just good, you know. He's just in one of them spots, you know. All these guys are all big and they're monsters, and you got to think what's believable. I mean, he's believable with his stuff, but they had to keep Brock Lesnar strong. That match was just really geared to keep him strong and for WrestleMania. Everything that happens from the Royal Rumble on. Actually, it used to be when I was there, they planned the whole year. Everything led up to WrestleMania. Like the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania, TVs on through were always building and stuff, and then they'd have audible changes. Now, I'm not so sure that they plan that far out. They might have an idea, but everything from here on out, it's just that all builds to WrestleMania. That pay-per-view, the Elimination Chamber, they just there getting money in Saudi, getting a tremendous payday, but everything's building in WrestleMania. And, you know, I don't know if I give... You said you didn't like the Lita Becky Lynch match?
I didn't.
No.
No.
Maybe I didn't like it so much. I didn't dislike it. I think they worked really hard. But it really looked like Becky impressed me. Because it looked like she was like kind of leading that stuff and keeping it put together. And Lita impresses me because Lita's 40s, in her 40s, right? How old is she, Lita? 45 maybe?
46,
I'm not sure, but she's mid-40s.
Yeah.
No, and to go with like these young bloods, it's not easy to go with those young bloods on a pay-per-view. But what people don't realize either is, and I've heard people when they... What's that, 46? So people... I was thinking about it as I was watching it. Like, so you watched... So Lita go there. Like, that's like her first match back how many years? But boom, and then I'm watching everybody on Raw. So come back out that was on the pay-per-view in Saudi Saturday, right? So what people don't realize is that travel and the toll it takes on how you feel up and out of an airplane. Now, when I was younger, it didn't faze me, but say, for example, for Lita to fly to Saudi Arabia and do that match, man, and she probably trained for weeks up till it, and then, but when they fly there, they don't only just get there. They got to do press releases and appearances and this and that. So you're not really sleeping. And then when you lay down, I don't care how much it's entertainment, this and this and that. That next day is running through your head. You're not sleeping at night that well. It's in your mind. Your mind's going 100 mile an hour. You got spots and you're rerunning stuff that you think, Then you go there and then you do that pay-per-view. Like, and different climate. They were inside this time, but when they were knocking like Goldberg the one time and all them was outside in that heat, that'll kill you. But then on top of that, they fly back, like, because I've done it. I've done a pay-per-view on a Sunday night in the United Kingdom in London. and fly back and be on a Monday Night Raw and do a match. It takes a toll on you. Even if you're young, it takes a toll. But somebody like Lita, but she didn't do Raw, but to fly over there, do all that stuff leading up to it, and then get through the match and not be in the ring, that's something amazing. So, so I'm not knocking any of that. I think it's amazing that he pulled off. I at least liked her outfit out of all the other girls as one pieces.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that. No,
I'm not sure. I think she was still trying to stay very Lita-like.
She stayed Lita-like because she had the long sleeve and then she had like a little like crop top thing over it. The pants I did not like. No,
I know you didn't watch this, but somebody's got to explain this Mad Hatter gimmick to me. What is it called?
What?
There's Happy Corbin. Right, there's Happy Corbin.
He's going with another gimmick?
No, but he's got a guy that he comes out with, and I can't. He's called the Mad Hatter, I think. I'm not sure. Well, he comes out in shorts, the suspenders. He doesn't wear knee pads, but he worked Drew McIntyre, and
Mad Hatter.
Something of that nature. Don't quote me because I said shh, but
like understood.
Boys in the hood are always hard. Keep talking that trash, but I'm not talking trash about it. What I want to get to is like he worked Drew, and Drew's a big physical guy. I wrestled Drew McIntyre. Like, he's McIntyre now, right?
Yeah.
Madcap Moss. That's it. Not the Mad Hatter. Madcap Moss.
Madcap Moss.
Yeah, Madcap Moss.
Well, yours is easier to remember.
Well, because I was thinking like crazy Alice in Wonderlands and the Wizard of Oz's and stuff like that. But Madcap Moss. So he worked Drew, Big Drew, and Drew is a big dude. Drew is super physical. He gives him it looks like he's gonna go for like a version of the Alabama Slam, but front. So picture this. I know you're on Spotify. It's probably hard to picture this. He's in the buckle.
Okay.
The Madcap Moss. He goes to throw a boot up. They kind of miss it, and then they throw it up again, and they go for the spot anyway. So that's what I always say. It's the first step of something to throw something on. But McIntyre, Drew gets him. Now, so picture him just like chicken fighting, right? Somebody's on your shoulders, right? But he's hanging back here. So it's a reverse Alabama Slam, but to the face instead of the back.
Yes.
So you're going to come over front like this, boom, over shoulder.
Position. Oh.
But Madcap Moss tucked his head and he took like a spike. Yeah, it was gnarly. Yeah, it was. I just, and they kept showing it back on replay, and I go, those are the ones that don't break your neck then, but 10 years from now, they're the ones going, well, all these bad bumps contributed to your neck just exploding later on something simple. Like, if he didn't have traps but I don't think it was Drew. I think he went to tuck for some reason, panicked, or maybe it came around fast. That's a weird bump. I don't even like taking Alabama Slam on my back because it just goes fast and it feels like
every time I've taken an Alabama Slam, I've hit my head and I tuck.
Speaking of hitting heads, see, I think Dewdrop was on Raw, so she worked the Chamber, and then I think she worked Raw. Did she work Raw? I think she did.
So she was one of those crazy.
Well, but she took a power bomb.
Yeah. From who?
Bianca Belair off the buckle, right? But I seen her head bounce. Boom. So then when here you go. Look at that, right? Like there. Boom! No. It's no laughing matter at her. But he moved on. He soldiered on. It was a very violent and aggressive match.
He crunched.
Yeah, he crunched and he tucked. It was a panic.
That's like,
I think he came around so fast that it just panicked. Because Drew was so strong.
Like the rocker dropper that you never tuck on.
You tuck your head, and there's been people. There's a guy, Big Chuck, was paralyzed.
Yeah.
Who was it? Marty Jannetty did it to him, I think, or whichever one did the rocker drop. Marty, right? Marty dropped it.
Yeah.
I'm not the rocker dropper though. Yeah, it can be dangerous if you're not trained right. But I'm sure he was trained right. I think he probably came around so fast. It just his momentum made him tuck.
Happened.
Yeah, it happened, and it does. And then,
crazy.
But speaking of hitting heads, this Dewdrop took that powerbomb from Bianca, and it looked like her head bounced off that canvas. So I think she was on Raw the next day. I'm trying to remember, but I seen her take a powerbomb for another finish. She was taking something, and she put her hands behind her head, protect her head. So.
Like in the bump?
Yeah. So I think it was Raw. Was she on Raw?
That would just distract me. I don't think that would...
It had to be Raw because it was Saturday. I seen it. Bianca did it to her. And then she worked... Was it Becky? I don't know who she worked.
I don't know, but if I was thinking about grabbing my
head... she's literally put two hands behind her head like you're getting arrested by the police.
Like the entire time?
No, on the way down, yeah. On the way down. Well, I think because she hit her head so hard on that pay-per-view. It looked like it bounced on the pay-per-view in Saudi.
And tuck your chin.
Well, I think it's the momentum and the weight, different things. You hit your head sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes something will just go fast, but
she fought Bianca Belair on Raw.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that?
I mean, Bianca Belair did her finisher, but.
But enough of that. So the women look cool, even though they were covered from head to toe, neck to toe.
Still beautiful.
Yeah, still beautiful.
Still beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know if it was our high def TV, but they just really look pretty.
No,
they were all pretty,
super talented.
And Dewdrop's hair was amazing. She looked good in her outfit. They all look good. I think they more should go back to full pieces like that and not exploit themselves so much, because you just looking at their talent and you watching. I watched them wrestle more honestly than like worrying about.
Well, they're athletes.
They're tremendous athletes. Most of them. Like look at Bianca Belair.
Yeah. I think more of the story.
All right.
Bianca Belair and Dewdrop's hair was fan-freaking-tastic.
Dewdrop's hair was, yes. I'm saying all of them. Even Charlotte. I'm not a big fan of Charlotte Flair's tall look, but her red outfit, I thought she looked amazing.
She would look good in red, yeah.
Yeah, it's all red from all the way down to the shoes up. It was cool and very good for good job, all the ladies. Good, and proud of you all over there. Doing your thing. Keep pushing and keep moving. What are you showing me, Raymond? All right, so let's see. I'm trying to remember what happened. So overall, I didn't get to see all of Raw, but there was a couple things. They had the Miz teasing a mystery partner, and I think they were ultimately, I think they were just trying to tease the fact that they thought it was Cody Rhodes, because Cody Rhodes has left AEW. Yeah. So rumors where is he going? What's he doing? Blah blah blah. Somebody spread a rumor that he was on a plane to Saudi Arabia, and the social media went crazy. I don't know. Maybe he was. Who knows? I don't know. And then so of course Miz it was Logan Paul or whatever the guy. Remember you saw it on when you came.
You had to fill me in on that YouTube guy, yeah,
or Jake Paul, Logan Paul. What is it? Logan Paul. Logan Paul. Yeah, he boxed somebody. He did something. I'm not sure what he does. Is he a basketball player or something? No, he's just a YouTuber. Yeah, he's just a YouTuber. He's tall. He's pretty big. But I guess
he's a built dude, sort of.
I guess he did box legitimate, right? He was legit in some sense, But that turned out to be Miz's partner. Then Edge comes out, and I think I seen this when I came home from class. That segment happened to be on Monday night when I was coming home, and he was teasing. He came out there and cut this really super serious promo, what WrestleMania meant to him, and how he listened to it with his uncle, somebody on the radio, when Hogan slammed Andre and blah, 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 and how that he was a talent, but he didn't wrestle. He was signed to WrestleMania 14, but then he finally wrestled on WrestleMania 16. He went through his whole, what it meant to him, this and this and that, and then pretty much put an open challenge and saying, if you think your legacy, or something, whatever. But it looked like he was leaning at or directing it towards another Cody Rhodes tease. So, I don't know.
That would be a good match.
I just don't know. What is Cody going to beat Edge, or Edge going to be Cody? What do you do there? I don't know. It gets kind of weird. But Cody leaving AEW was, I guess people thought other guys would leave before Cody. But, I think, I don't know if I was talking about it on here, but I was talking to somebody. And I said it always comes down to numbers and money and stuff like that. And, with CM Punk coming in, different things, and different people signing these bigger deals, I think it's just an opinion, it's not a fact, because I don't know. That he just felt like he's worth more money, and he should get that money. Help found it, this and this and that. But when you're there in the other people are bigger deals once you're running and they come. You know what I mean? We got CM Punk to come, now Daniel Bryan, Brian Daniels, whatever he's calling himself now, at the same time. And then you had Miro prior to that.
Bigger established.
So when you start something, you blend into the walls. You're like the foundation, but you kind of blend in. But then when you add things, it's new, all flashy all the time. So it's that's the big rave. And then they get that money and they have that star power. You're sitting at whatever deal you made the first time, and nobody wants to adjust it because they keep spending money on bigger, shiny, prettier, faster pussycats, other terms. I used to use that.
It's a good analogy.
Yeah. There's always somebody younger, faster, and prettier going to come along. It's like a car. You drive your car for so long, you see, I want that new car. You're going to pay way more for a new car. You're like, this car ain't let you down,
You think it's good that he left, though?
man,
like good for him career wise.
I don't know. Like, it depends upon what he wants. I'm not in his mind. I'm not in his bedroom at night. I don't lay down next to him. Like, who knows if it's Brandy or if it's him? No, I'm just saying. Like he's not just him. I don't think. I think he's a married man. I think his wife has a lot of influence on what he does.
She was in Women of Honor or something. I've seen a little bit of her.
So I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't really know what goes on in those walls or how he thinks and stuff. Me personally, I thought he gave the impression that he was happy to be an executive, and he could have finished out his career there. He could just, but I think maybe he wanted more money, wants to wrestle. Maybe the executive life wasn't what you really thought. When it's the same thing, like you think, oh, I'm going to WWE, I'm brought in to do this and this. I'm going to make a difference, office wise and idea wise. Then at the end of the day, it's Vince McMahon. Yeah. It's his final say. You can have all the great ideas you want in the world and be good, but if he doesn't like it, it's not happening. And Tony Khan, I don't know. He tells them all they have this freedom and this and that, and to a degree they do. But at the end of the day, it's still his final say. So it's going to be what he wants at the end of the day. I mean, he's signing the checks, and they're big checks. So I mean, you always got to answer to something. And I'll stick to what I've always said originally is at some point, AEW's got to answer to numbers, right? So at some point, they can't go, okay, we're going to give you $4 million a year. No. So they got to set a precedent. They got to like draw the line somewhere and make an example. Because then everybody's going to keep doing that and you end up so. Maybe he was the example. Maybe. I don't know. He chose his path. And I wish him luck or whatever. It's going to be cool. But WWE, it's a win for them, whatever they give him, because the guy helped found the company. So he kind of knows. Yeah. He knows like so much of the infrastructure of AEW that like that's.
Do you think that he'll go that route to WWE?
Yeah, sure. I think he already did. I think that's what they're saying. I don't know. I don't know that for a fact. Has anybody seen that for a fact, Raymond? I'm just guessing by what I watch on TV. But
no. Okay.
I mean, it could be a giant ruse, but I don't know. If it is, that's a lot of. They're jumping through a lot of hoops to make it. So yeah.
How old is he? Because
I don't know.
They were all, well, he's established.
Yeah, I don't think age will matter.
Yeah, not with him. No. Besides, they're not hiring him to take on Brock Lesnar or Bobby Lashley. They'd kill him. They're hiring him for knowledge, and it'll probably be I don't know. I mean, they could push it, but I don't see that. I don't see him coming in.
He's always been mid card.
Do you see him beating Brock Lesnar?
Absolutely not.
No. Bobby Lashley. No. I mean, he'll definitely beat poor Dolph Ziggler, and Bobby Roode.
Poor Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph and Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Roode too.
And don't get me wrong, I like Bobby Roode. I know Bobby Roode. I met Bobby Roode, and he uses the Impaler for his finish. Mm-hmm. So there you go. So you got it from Edge, via me, whatever. But I created that move, and it's hard to do a professional wrestling Impaler. So proud of that. So anytime I see somebody use that for a finish that's established on TV, people think, "Oh, you ever upset?" I go, "Hell no." Hell no,
Honored.
Because they all know where it's come from.
Yeah.
So that's flattering and it's awesome.
That's cool.
So it's super, super awesome. It's like I couldn't come up with one of these trippy, flippy, floppy moves, so I had to come up with something very cool. But
even if you did do like a trippy, flippy, floppy move,
it's standing the test of time.
How many other people would be able to do it?
Then I wanted to write Damian Priest. He did a version of it that I used to do off the shoulders, right? Yeah. You flip around, but he sat down into it instead of. That looks better if he flat backs it because he's tall and he can flat back it.
Did he sit down like to his ass?
Yeah, he sat down like sit on a big thing, which takes away from that one. I think if he would have just flat backed it as he flipped them around, that would have been dope. Because that's how I did it. I did it when I was in shape. I would when my shoulder when I didn't have such injuries. I would do that sometimes. If somebody kicked out, it was a big match. Somebody kicked out of the regular Impaler, and you're building up. I get them up. I get them on the shoulders, and then I call it the Super Impaler, basically. But I would do that.
Those ass bumps hurt though.
Yeah, no. Well,
that's why you don't. Well, that's why you don't do it like that.
Well, no, but no. I mean, just sitting down. Some people can handle it. But I think it'd look better if he just went to his back.
So you were gonna write him?
I was gonna send him a thing and saying because he's super cool. I'm a big Damian Priest guy. So
yeah.
But I just think he talk less and be more serious. Sometimes they make him comedy. He was doing something that was comedy.
Little bit.
But hey, he's there making the money. They're doing what they're doing, what they love. It's it's a different generation, and I seen Sean Waltman, X-Pac, or 123 Kid, or whatever you know him as. He put something the other day, and then I say it too in different ways, but he goes, "Hey, just because it's not my cup of tea doesn't mean it's bad." You know what I mean? It's just like, just because I don't get it doesn't mean that it's not cool, and that I don't like it. It's just not for me. I just can't either do it physically, or I just have a different formula in my head that works for my body and my persona or myself. That doesn't mean it's not very cool, and it doesn't mean that I don't like it. It just means it's not for me.
Everybody has different flavors, different kinds of music.
Everybody knocks WWE now, and they say it's a hard show to watch, Raw, this and that, but I don't find it so hard.
I don't know.
You haven't watched it.
I don't. I'm trying to remember when I watched the Royal Rumble and like glimpses of like Raw. I don't think it's hard to watch.
It's just
hard to watch when you wrestle.
It's just not. You got generations that just don't. It keeps changing. But speaking of Raw, that's Pandora's box slides in out of nowhere.
You don't have to slide it so aggressively.
So
I felt some attitude behind that.
So like I said, Becky Lynch kind of like won me over in the chamber. Like I wasn't like I was bored her. Won me over. Raymond's not going to believe this when I say it. Is Chad Gable and Otis. In that tag match, they worked the Street Profits, which I'm not giant fans of the Street Profits.
I like the Street Profits.
They like it. You know what it is? Because there was a tag team called the Bonus Boys, right?
You said that they're the same.
Yeah, and it feels like they just kind of, like, maybe they didn't, but...
I'm into it. I like it.
Yeah. You like the Street Profits? What, the red Solo cups falling out of the ceiling?
Yeah. What they're doing it falling out of ceilings?
Well, when they come out, right? All
they
the red
always come out with the red I know.
They drop out of the ceiling. I think, oh, crap. They drop.
You dropping your coffee?
I don't have any red Solo. Red Solo cup says, hey, I'm drinking and partying. Like, Toby Keith's got a song, Red Solo Cup.
Yeah.
Red Solo Cup means there's a party somewhere, a house party.
No, I like them, and they're super athletic.
But yeah, you like the Street Profits though, right?
Yeah.
Or because they're athletic.
I don't. It's something about them when they come out.
Yeah,
their energy.
Do you remember even going to NXT when we went to go see Scotty, and then they were there wrestling you, or did you? You might have had a seizure that day, maybe.
I
know you had something about it.
Is that when they were setting up?
I
was there.
Yeah, they wrestled. Yeah, did you like them in NXT?
Who?
The Street Profits.
Oh, and okay. I heard something else. No, I heard. Did you like the men in NXT?
No.
I was like,
did you like them? Then let me clarify that. Them.
No. I always liked them. I followed them. They were cool.
Oh well, I don't know. They worked. Otis and the Tree Trunk Otis and Chad Gable, Chad Gable,
I like Chad Gable too.
Yeah, bro, he's on point. That was a good match. I mean, it was all of them, all 4 or 5 with the referee, but it was really good. And I was like, yeah, it's just he did the one Street Profit went for like a dive in or something, and Gable caught him into a Northern Lights from there. That was dope. It was good. There was a lot of good spots there, and Otis, I wasn't a big Otis fan when he won Money in the Bank and all that, but now that they got away from doing, I don't know if they're still working with Bro Riddle and them, or if that's done now. I'm not sure what's going on,
but can't be.
But they're doing the academic things. I'm glad that they're quit doing the spelling bees and stuff like that. At least they did do it this weekend. And I just saw a good tag team match. Seemed like there's a lot of tag team matches in Raw, but it was good.
But
it's good though. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So what else is going on? Is it getting about that time? Do we need to cover anything else? What's going on else in the world here? That I could think off the top of my head going on.
I don't know. I think
talked a little bit about Cody Rhodes, so I wish him best, whatever choices that is. So the Elimination Chamber, we talked to the pay-per-view itself. It started out with Goldberg and Roman Reigns, I believe it was. Couple of suspect spears there, chest high, but I'm pretty sure. I thought we talked about this at the beginning of the thing, but we'll go over it again because Raymond's saying, "Hey, talk about Goldberg and Roman Reigns." So,
it's two really popular, really big guys. So.
Well, I think
deserves attention.
I think it was good in the sense that that was Goldberg's last match, and I don't know if he's going to re-sign again or he had a contract, right? So he was honoring his contract. Okay. But I thought it was believable. It kept Goldberg beat Brock, right? Didn't Goldberg beat Brock Lesnar? a while back. And then
I think so, yes,
so then for Roman to beat Goldberg so strongly still builds for that Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, right? Which is coming up. Not Goldberg. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns to beat Goldberg so strong, and knowing that, and then they put over the fact that I think that Goldberg had upset Brock Lesnar last year or 2 years ago. I'm not sure what it was. It just helps elevate more storyline and stuff towards WrestleMania. Big WrestleMania. So title versus title now. So the free agent things were.
Do you think once whoever wins that match wins, they're gonna have go back to one title? I don't like the double titles.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I think Bobby Lashley's gonna interfere at WrestleMania because he got taken out with the concussion protocol, and then there's gonna be Roman in there. Something's gonna go down. I don't know that there'll be a clear. I don't know that there'll be a clear finish because then you got Paul Heyman involved too. And remember whenever they were doing stuff, Paul Heyman would handcuffing people, whatever the matches would have these weird endings and stuff like that. So, whatever it is, people are going to watch WrestleMania for that.
Yeah.
2 days, whatever it is, the 2-day event, whatever day it's on, they're going to watch. It's probably the last day it's going to be on, the Sunday.
2 days is a lot for me, though.
2 days is a lot to pay a pay-per-view for.
That, too.
And so 200 and something. And then they say, then the rumors are, Stone Cold's going to come back.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. A lot of people are saying he's gonna work Kevin Owens but I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know where I heard that. Yeah. Maybe I heard that on somewhere else. I don't know. I have no idea who he's gonna work, but they're saying that he's gonna be back. That he's already training.
No, it's not. He's doing the stunner and all that Stone Cold business stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but rumors are he'll be back at WrestleMania. And it's in Texas, so you got to sell a lot of seats and. It's a big-ass stadium, so it's going to be worth watching. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I think everybody's going to watch that Roman Reigns and that Brock Lesnar. They built it long enough, but I think that Lashley's not out of the picture,
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Got 3 more weeks, a month before WrestleMania, something like that, a month. So we'll see. It's still February, so WrestleMania is at beginning April, March 31st, April 1st, so... we'll see. There's a month to go. See what happens in this next month. But I'm sure everybody's going to pay attention.
Of course. Yeah.
All right. So I think it's about that time, kiddo. What's in the box? You got to get the box. Because I still got to get to the gym today. I don't know if you're going or not, but I got to get to the gym. Ooh. And then I got to teach a class.
I don't know.
CCW's got a lot of great events coming up. You check out CCW Wrestling. Coastal Championship. Keep up on all the events.
I might just be going to class. I don't know if I'm up for the gym today. I sound like a loser, but...
And don't say that about yourself. Okay. Always a loser in this world. There's quitters, but there's no losers.
It's a good quote. You should put that on a shirt or something.
Yeah, a lot of quotes that nobody wants to listen to. But what's in the box? Oh, Rex does. He's saying I do. You hear about that?
Yeah.
All right, what we got there?
Okay. Can you talk about some of the differences between wrestling in the Black Hearts versus wrestling in the Brood? Alex Michelle BXX? No, I'm sorry. Alex.
Alex is close enough.
Alex 13XX.
Alex 13XXX. So Alex is 13XXX. The difference between the Black Hearts and the Brood. That's light and day. Like it's the Black Hearts, inexperienced, 2 guys that didn't really even. They got along but didn't get along. That'd be me and somebody. And then there was 3 versions of the Black Hearts. 3 versions, which I went on with Todd Barry Houston. I was talking about him earlier as a Black Heart. And we did a lot of IWA Japan stuff. And then I did the original with Apocalypse. We did 2 tours in all Japan. But then he kind of buried me. Some political stuff or whatever. Then I ended up beating him up really bad, which he denies, which I'm not proud of. It was horrible. It's just this funny because I was just running through a whole history of the Black Hearts in my head. I was thinking, that's son of a bitch, But whatever. It's totally light and day. We had no experience. We didn't belong in all Japan or anywhere. We were very blessed to get work and stuff like that. But Black Hearts was the tag team. All right, that's 2, as in a duel. 2.
Brood is a trio.
The Brood was a trio, much like the Freebirds, and so anybody can defend at any given time as that Brood as the team. So that's a big difference there. Plus, Christian and Edge are hella cool. So Brood was like super flippin' dope. But I always got a black heart, a little black special spot in my black heart for the black hearts because, it's one of the first characters. And who knows? You might see him again sometime soon. But,
might come back.
Well, when Gangrel disappears, he might be this old limping guy in a mask coming around just doing shows for fun, not for money. But who knows? That's another day. That's another story.
Has anybody ever booked you as for the Blackhearts instead of the?
Yeah, they're more like it's just like three. Blackhearts were in 1987, 88. Wow. So think about it's like what year is it now?
Not
2003 to 23, right? So
22.
22. Jesus, jumped another whole year. Yeah. 22 because 22 just passed, and then I got married on 22. A lot of twos running through my head, like I'm gonna go insane. But night and day, Brood was amazing time in my life, amazing people. It had Edge and Christian onto great careers, but they would have had them anyways. But I think the Brood just added to it.
Of course.
Blackhearts just it was super cool too. It was like the first baby steps into professional wrestling and getting out there and going to Stampede in Japan and stuff like that. So it was amazing in its own right, and I'm very grateful for both. But they're totally different.
The scream you used to do as a Blackheart.
I'm not gonna do it now.
You just did that.
No, that's amazing. It was like that was a scream. You like that scream?
Yeah,
and then they would hold up this sign. And nobody understood what that meant, but I'm not going to get canceled over it now.
No.
Do
you want to go to the next question?
Yeah.
On that note.
All right, go on to the next question, Leah.
Okay. When doing a superplex from the top rope, is it worse for the person giving the move or person receiving it? I have noticed quite a few times on TV, the wrestler delivering the move appears to be hurting more. From Adam Stefferson.
Okay, Adam. Well, superplex from the middle or the top rope is a very high risk move. In a training sense, in a wrestling school, if you're teaching it, you can get hurt more either way. It's just if you don't both land simultaneously. So if I'm giving somebody a superplex and they land before me and I jackknife, like the rings when you hit, it could cause like a wave of energy, which could break your neck. Yeah, different like wave energy through the thing. A bounce can break your neck either way. So it's a simple move, but it's more complex if something goes wrong one way or the other. So any given way could hurt that guy more or the other guy more. But what you're probably watching is just the guy giving it is selling. He probably was a cutoff and it was a big move out of somewhere, and he just was being respectful to the business, selling a high risk move like that because the impact's about the same if you think about it. I mean, but you give somebody a suplex but you're both coming from either the middle or the top rope, and a lot can happen. One can start dropping faster than the other. So, I think Drew McIntyre did one off the top rope at the Chamber. And then I seen somebody do one at Raw. So you can you definitely can get hurt. WWE rings are very firm. You don't really get any kind of like loose wood or anything moving when another person lands before you, but still that pressure one way or the other. But usually with your arms locked around each other's necks works as a type of neck brace or a safety thing, but it doesn't always work out like that. So either way, it's a flip of a coin. But if it's done right, you both feel it about equally the same.
Okay.
Giving away the secrets of the wrestling. What do you guys these questions?
Well, that's what people want. The secrets. They want the juicy
entertainment,
stuff.
But you should make them believe. They should believe the magic still. I think people want to believe.
Well, he believed that it hurt.
I think I just ruined it. Yeah, I should have kayfaded it, but insulted the other 90,000 people. Go on.
True. If you could tell
hold on, but I want to go back. There's nothing like that move is very physical. It hurts both parties. It's not an easy. You've taken them, no?
Yeah.
Right. So you understand.
Yeah.
Okay, go on again. All right. No.
But I've never landed badly from one.
I have.
So,
I've had the other guy land before me, knocked the wind out of me. It happens. It's one of my cutoffs, so I do it all the time. So it can go bad. But there's nothing fake about wrestling. Wrestling's very physical and violent. It's entertainment, but it's very physical. And I can go on a whole rant. I'm not even going to get on this rant, but go on. Just drop the subject. Let's just move on.
Okay. If you can tell a backstory of the Brood, what would the original origin of the Brood be? I'm really into vampire stories, and I like how each vampire movie/story has vampires that operate differently. This is Sam 25.
Okay, Sam. Well, if I could make up my own backstory, I don't know. A lot of scenarios run through my head because I like a lot of things. So I would think that they were originally from Romania or Transylvania or something like that, from old villages and stuff like that. But then they reconnected in like the movie The Lost Boys in Santa Carla, which is actually Santa Cruz, but they still want Santa Cruz to be known as the murder capital. But in Santa Carla, so they reconnected, but then they had a fallout there over a woman. I don't know. Something or some, let's just say that maybe one wanted to be the head of the table and the other, who knows, on the tribal tree stuff, whatever, some vampire drama that they fall out, vampire drama, they fall out and then they show up in WWE as wrestlers. So there you go. So
yeah, there you go.
And just a bunch of different centuries later, old ass vampires fighting.
How old? You can never say.
I don't know. How old do you think I am?
In vampire years or in...
Don't. Let's move on. I don't think I'm going to like your answer. Just keep moving. Okay,
so last question. What will be the ultimate Elimination Chamber match? Who would you put in the match, and would you add yourself? From Edgar.
Man, I just watched Elimination Chamber, and I can't remember. There was 4 in the chambers and then 2 in the ring, so that's 6. Who, like, current or whatever? Did it say?
First, would you include yourself?
No.
No? Not a fan?
Well, I could, because it's just wrestling. I just don't like anything that's... I don't want to get F5'd off the top of a chamber. I'm not climbing that thing. My fear of ladder matches is what kind of knocked me down out of the Brood. Because they went to those ladder matches. I'm like, I'm not climbing any ladders. I'm not going up there.
No thanks.
So, like, those chambers, I mean, it'd be all right if you had, like, a solid spot in there. But no, I probably wouldn't put myself in there. But I don't know who. I enjoyed the last chamber. I mean, I would...
I feel like you would have Damian Priest in there, Dolph Ziggler.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Riddle.
Okay,
that's
he
3.
was just in one. Yeah, that's good though. Yeah, but now 2 big power guys, 2 big guys. Priest is kind of a big guy, but he does small
McIntyre.
Stuff.
You like McIntyre?
McIntyre.
You want to throw Bobby Roode in there?
Yeah, because it'll make it interesting because he'll be helping out Ziggler. So
okay, Bobby Roode.
And
that's
then
5.
One big guy. Now another.
One
big
more.
Guy.
What are the big guys doing?
Lashley is still Lashley.
Lashley. Okay.
There you go.
That's a good mix of people.
Yeah. It'd be like to get powerhouses and you got flyers. It's a good mix there. So, all right. Anything else you want to cover?
No, I've covered all the wrestling I've watched for the week or for the day.
You want to give out Epilepsy Florida or things where people could reach out and educate yourself on epilepsy and stuff while you're here?
I don't know the exact date, but there's actually an epilepsy walk happening, I believe, either the end of this month or the beginning of next month. And there's going to be 2 of them, at different times. This one, I think, is... I think this is the Miami one, and then there's going to be a Hollywood one soon. Okay. So check out Epilepsy Florida, and...
Very cool.
All you gotta do is show up and walk.
And I feel very blessed that you're here today, considering you woke up in a hospital yesterday and not knowing where you were or how you got there or anything else with having seizures and stuff like that. So epilepsy is a very, very serious thing. And lot of people, I believe, like yesterday was a really prime example, did not know how to handle it. You know, they called an ambulance first thing.
Yeah.
Maybe you needed it, maybe you didn't. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I could hear the panic and the just sheer.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I just hear the fear in their voice and not knowing what's going on and how scary it is for people,
Juan
not
was on
just
the phone,
you, but not you. You're having your seizures, so but the people around you. So educate yourself.
Actually, Raymond just showed me Broward Walk is March 27th. So
Broward Walk is March 27th. So come on out, support epilepsy, educate yourself. It's anything that you can go out there and be supportive to. There's Joe DiMaggio with the kids, Heart Foundations, epilepsy. I mean, whatever's closest to your heart. But I'm just saying.
I've actually been thinking about volunteering at animal shelters too.
That's very.
I think
cool
I should get into that.
Yeah, start with Rex over there.
I was about to say I was gonna start with Raymond's dog.
All right, so that's episode 38?
38, yeah.
38. Episode 38 of Fang and the Banger with Gangrel and Ana Blanca Diaz. Want some?
Get some.
Bad enough?
Take some.
All right, everybody. Peace out. Keep on fanging and banging.